Alright, well, so welcome to Employee Tracker. In this console application, this is an customer management service where you can track employees, add employees, update employee roles, view all the roles, add a role, view all departments, add a department, and those are all the different commands we can run. Let's start with the basics. Let's view all employees. Here you can see a formatted table where we can see each employee that's here, their ID, their manager's ID, and the role ID for which they are assigned, as you can see. Let's go through some of these different prompts. Let's add an employee. We'll call this employee Test with a last name of Test, and then give them an employee manager. We are going to choose it by ID. Now you can see that Test is now in here. Manager ID, assign them that manager that we picked, but their role ID is null. So let's go ahead here and update the employee role. Remember, this is for employee Test. So we're going to choose Test, update the role to Test, and now if you go back and look where Test is, last name Test, manager ID, there is a role ID and the role is Test. So let's go down even more. You can view all the roles once again. You may view there are a couple different ones in there. Now let's go down to add role. We're going to add a role, and this is going to be, I saw that there were some other tests in there, so we're going to call this one Test 1. And we're going to set the salary to 0. What department is it part of? We're going to choose this one. And so now you should see Test 1. Give us one instance of Test 1 of 0. And the department is part of was 1EF4, which, let's see if that, so now, we added a role. Now let's go to viewing all the departments. You can see in here we have sales, legal, finance, and general. If you go down more and we want to add a department, now we're going to call this one Test. And then you can see now that within the departments, there's a department called Test. And then if we go in and check again, they're all there. The last thing we do in our application, of course, if we want, is to exit. You click exit, and now the application is closed. That is an overview of the Employee Tracker application. This is a console application that utilizes Node.js.